Hello, my name is Muriel. I'd like to tell you a little about myself, but as you can see, I'm kind of preoccupied here in the care of emergency departments. I've never been treated by the Swedes before, but what I can tell is they make a mighty, tall, blonde lad. So I'm sure I'm in good hands. Now, you might be having a hard time placing my accent, and there's a reason for it. My parents were a bit superstitious, just a wee bit, and so they decided when I was a baby that we would only live in a city for 1 week at a time. So, as you can tell, when I was born in one city, but every single week, I moved into a different place. So, therefore, my accent is as rumbling through the fields as a poet looking for their lover in a Regency novel who somehow has a dark and terrible secret, and yet every woman wants to date him. Somehow I think my voice just went into Russia, which should not be technically possible, but you know. So, well, let's get back to me. I think I will just fill you in a bit about my life while I'm reading this here chart in the care of the Emergency Department of Emergency Swedes. Well, the first thing on there is it says we care about you. That's always a good thing to hear. But here it says that the name of my nurse will be plus blank. And the name of me doctor will be Dr. Blank. I wonder if they be related. Maybe they're brother and sister. The far more likely scenario, at least within my family, of a grandma and a niece's in-law's son. We have at least 6 of them in my family tree alone. Now, the next line says something about tech. It says Doctor blank, nurse blank, and tech. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't really turn my stereo on at home without the refrigerator making a funny noise like a cat that's coughing out a hairball. So, I'm thinking I'm not too good with the tech. And what is a printer? Nobody has ever explained it to me. All I know is the ink cost as much as my grandmother's wedding gown. Of course, that wasn't very much because all she did was pay for it with some geese and some hair she found in her pocket. But, the printer cost 3 hairballs and instead of geese, a flock of cats that just seem to roam around me wherever I go. There seem to be just roaming cats. Anyway, let's move on. We've got Dr. Blank, Nurse Blank, and tech, which I know nothing of. Thanks for rubbing it in. Well, the next thing says other. I think it's a bit early to be running out of ideas, but you do you, the Swedes. The next thing says, do I have a right home? This is a bit complicated. The thing about that is that, well, when I left my home, my entire basement was flooded. Everything was coming up onto the first floor. I decided I better get out of there before I got swallowed in a flood and before those bodies that were already down there were to... Oh, excuse me. What I mean is before I lost my grandmother's cake recipe. Well, getting back to the ER, the land of emergency care of the Swedes. Let's go moving on right along. They were asking me something about an EKG. EKG, I did not know that they knew Aaron Kelly Green-Gurgensen. Green-Gurgensen is a very common name. You basically can't swing a dead, we don't really kill animals anymore, do we? But you can't really take a bagpipe that is completely weak and dead and has lost its spirit, and you can't really go and do anything with it without hitting a Green-Gurgensen in the head. And she would say, ouch. So moving on, there's something about a CD panel. I don't know what any of this is. I'll skip ahead to the CT scan. I asked them what is CT, and they said it was cats. Now I told them I'm followed by rambling cats wherever I go, so I kind of speak a little. So if they'd like to even converse with me and ask me, they asked about the cat scan, and I said meow, and they looked at me and said they didn't know what I meant. So I said meow, not meow, and I did not say meow. So I thought it was pretty clear. For those of you following at home, I am fairly new to this channel. I seem to be coming up a lot lately, and I hope to be dropping by a bit more. I hope you're all doing better than I am. I've been Muriel.